Alright, here at No Reserve we have our all original 1994 F250. It's got just 83,000 original miles. It's an XLT regular cab long bed to the 8-foot bed. 460 automatic, XLT, all power options. This is all original paint. It's been a Washington truck its whole life. It's got the nice light gray interior. No paint work, no collision work, no rust. You know, we don't use, don't get salt on the roads up here, so our trucks stay really nice and solid. It's almost 24 years old, so it does have some wear and tear I'll take you into, but it's really cool. It's got all original glass, even the front windshield. You know, it's a little fogging on the side, but to me, I love original stuff. That's just cool to see. So we'll start at the front, we'll go around it. It is running right now, so if you can hear me okay, I'm just getting it warmed up so we can go do a driving video. But you can hear it's running really nice and smooth and quiet. It's got a bug guard on it. There's no dents or anything under the bug guard, but it's been on there since new. So there's a little bit of wear underneath there. You can see that mark there. You got a little age spotting in the chrome bezel. It's real common for the Fords. This water just kind of comes down here and for some reason ages it out. This side's good. Got a little yellowing in the headlights, but the corner lights are nice and clear. The tail lights and the turn signals have really nice color. They're nice and smooth to the touch, so they're not all sun faded. There's not any condensation in any lights. Bumper's in nice shape. You have a little gnarl there, and a couple little marks there, but that's just in the plastics. The chrome's got real nice depth to it. The gray factory coves are still in nice condition, not real faded out. Ford emblem's got nice blue to it. You will get a little ding right here, and you get your little tiny stone chips along the lower grill valance. You know, they're just really small guys. This era did use like a kind of like a brown primer, so any chip, you'll see like a little brown area. Like here you go. But I'm gonna go around here to the fender and take you around. This is bare metal right here. There was a chemical on here that was flaking a little bit, but we knocked it all the way down and then put a coat of wax over the top of it. But you know, so if you can't stand this, something blistered the paint, whether it was battery acid, looks like the common culprit, if stuff we see like that. But you can put fender flares over it, nothing, but we didn't want to hide anything. There is a little bit of paint chipping right along the wheel well trim there. Around this headlight bezel, you got some chipping in the passenger side fender. Little thinning on the body line here from doing some buffing. But other than that, you got a little chip here. It's dark green, you know, so right next to black is going to be dark green and dark blue for showing any imperfections. You know, you got a little chip there. It's really reflective. I mean, it shows the rock and the pavement. A little chin there, but some of the stuff is just on the paint, so I'm trying to wipe it off as we go here. Little dust particles, you know, like that's a little piece on the paint. Just a little bit of dried wax. You know, these just to get surface rust, they're very cheap, you know, when they were manufactured new in '94, and they're still cheap today. You can get brand new ones for about 35 bucks at the door. Got a little chipping in the paint there from somewhere. You know, got your door edge chipping. Little tiny scratches. Little tiny inch scratches on the keyhole. Looks like maybe a door edge just kind of made a mark in the paint. You get your little chips there. You know, this is what I was talking about on the front valance. You get these little stone chips. You know how the body line goes, it goes straight up and then comes out. You know, you get chips from the front tires that come up and hit this flat area. So a lot of times you don't get very much right here, but you kind of get them right here. That's, you know, it's going to be common on the front fenders. You're going to get them on the front of the bed side as stone chips come up. And then you're also going to get them back here after the rear tires. There's also a little bit noticeable more of a scratch there. It's got diamond plate bed rail protectors all the way around and a full protector on the tailgate, and then you have a drop-in bed liner that's been there since new. Front bulkhead's nice and straight, you know, hasn't been overloaded and smashed into the cab, but it does have some scratches. You got some scratches here from probably something that was loaded in the bed and was rubbing on it. You know, again, as I was talking about before, it's dark green, so you do have a little scratch there. You will see some little surface scratches. that you can't feel with your fingernail, that if you wanted to get real crazy about, you know, you'll see these little guys, you could get in there and buff it, professionally buff it, or get in there and wet sand it with 1500 to 2000 grit and get some of these little surface scratches out. But it does have some of these kind of common, you know, side loading small chips and scratches and wear from 24 years. But it's got original decals. Can't get these anymore, so that's cool to see with original paint. I've been around this truck everywhere. I'll show underneath the hood and in the doors. You know, you're gonna get tape lines here if it's been painted or had any paint work. You're not gonna get that on the doors. You'd get, you know, a lot of times, because you can't get this molding either, you'd get tape, you know, overspray on the moldings inside the gas doors. You don't have that. Along with inside the tailgate jams, you don't see any tape marks. So I had a canopy on it most of its life, and I could tell that pretty much by, you know, these are kind of a canopy wear mark from the rear hatch. You know, that kind of rubber hatch will make that perfectly straight line. You do have some wear on both of the top bed sides, you know, just like a little scratch there that was touched up. You know, you get your chips on the edges, little scratches here, you know, kind of common stuff. You know, and this ones are down to the brown primer. Got a little wear in the paint there with some chip paint. Bottom area's got some chips. As you can see in the video, got some chips there. In the pictures, this is stuff when I mean, you're a couple feet away. I mean, this truck is, it looks just impeccable. But I like to get in and show all the little stuff. The stuff you see when you get down there and you wax the truck, you know, and you're taking care of it yourself. You'll see these little marks, and I want to make sure there's no surprises. Hasn't been overused. I mean, these things are usually chip out really fast or missing. It's in good shape. You know, the bumper doesn't have any dings in it, no dents. It's got the rear airbags for overloads, so those are your valves. It's got Rancho shocks all the way around, and if you wanted to put an indoor or in-cab air compressor, that's pretty much the hard work's done. So here you got a little scratch there, again along the wheel wells. People are prone to put stuff up against the bed, or if it slips, it'll fall down and put these little scratches. This is, you know, going to be one of the worst of them. You know, you can get your fingernail in that one, and it's, you know, about that area. There's also a couple little scratches there. And you can see ones that are down to the primer, obviously I mentioned before, are ones that have, they're all the way through are going to be, you know, go down to that brown, or they'll be silver underneath. But like these lighter ones are just kind of in the top layer of the paint. And you could probably work those out. Again, you got your same little stone chips, but you can see by this leaf on here, the reflection. I mean, the paint's got really nice depth and reflection. You can see me, you know, I'm a couple feet away, about 1.5 feet. Got a little chip right there. It's got the polished aluminum Alcoa wheels all the way around. It's got the car hoop steps. And again, you got some, you know, I'm thinking some, you know, it was an older gentleman that owned it. I'm thinking his wife probably had a bracelet or something and kind of always just would chip against there. It's kind of a weird area, but you got your door edge chips. Both door felts are a little dry and have some cracks. Again, you got your delaminating the chrome underneath there. Little touched up spot. You know, you got your chips on your lower areas, and a scratch in the center. Again, you got your lower chips. You have a little bit of paint lifting on this back area. This is a really common area right here, and then also right in the cowl there, because the wind will bounce off and kind of hits this flat area, and that's pretty common. Also on the top of the hood and in the roof, there's little imperfections in the paint. You can see there, you know, if you put your hand across it, it runs smooth, but you can feel little imperfections in it. Maybe it sat near a tree or something. You know, you got a couple little chips and stuff like that. But it's stuff like I was talking about, if you want to get some compound and spend a weekend on this thing and go through and get that stuff out, it looks outstanding for, you know, a daily driver, especially a 24-year-old truck. But there is those little imperfections that are going to be hard to see in these photos. You know, got a lot of chips here, but let's see if I can, so you can see it right there. It's perfect. Finally got the camera. These little black areas, but they come up if you work on them. But you know, it's if you were really nitty-picky and you want to just have, the cool thing about this is if you want to just have the hood and the cowl painted, you don't have to worry about a tape line or something like that. You don't have to worry about blending. They would basically just tape off this gap and then spray in there, and you would have a little bit inside underneath the hood that would show evidence there was some paint work, but not too bad. So door panels are in really nice shape. Nice paint throughout the door jambs. Really nice paint underneath. You can see there's no surface rust. Carpet's in really nice shape. For light gray, I mean, it's obviously been well cared for. Dash has no cracks or imperfections, but they did have a little like round adhesive piece. I'll turn off the heater. I think they had some type of TomTom type navigation or something. But you can see underneath just a little scuff right there, but I can probably get that out. The rearview mirror is not on there right now, but we have it, and it'll be on there for when you receive it. We're gonna do a cold start video tomorrow morning. It's about 30 degrees, so we'll let that glue overnight, and that'll be in the cold start video, or should be at least. Really cool, was purchased new at Vern Sims Ford up north. It's about 50 miles north of Seattle. Still got all its original books and folder. These folders are usually always missing. Belts for 3. You got the fold down armrest to rest your arms on. It's a non-smoker. It's always nice to see. I mean, just a nice clean ashtray. See if I can pop this guy out. Just a little dusty, a little dirty. That's it. Throw some change in. Lighter's never been used. Really nice shape. Headliner's nice. You know, no pets in this. No smoking. No holes in the carpet from cigarettes. I mean, there's just no smells going on inside this truck at all. Door hinges are nice and clean. Doors shut just perfect. I mean, nice panel gaps. This is kind of, you know, over here for whatever reason, I'll show you underneath the hood. This fender has never been adjusted. The bolts have never been touched. But the door, it's not rubbing on the fender, but it's just, I've had a Bronco about 2 years ago that was the same way, where the fender was actually close in here and out there. And I had it at the Ford dealer, and they just said just some of the alignments came out a little off like that. But I'll show you the bolts in here after I take you on the driver's side interior. You can see 83,000 miles. Really nice shape. It's got the trailer brake controller. Nice carpet. You know, it's a little bit dark around the rubber pad here from the driver's foot. But again, you know, this is the worst of it. Not bad at all. No holes on the entry side. It's not flat. Still got that nice round factory arch to it. You know, really nice condition. Oh, there is a, trying to see, oh, there is a little mark in the material there, just like a little gnarl on the top layer material. It looks like on the driver there's a little mark right there too on the passenger side I forgot about. Again, door panels in really nice shape. You know, still got the original. This is one of manufactured decal. Hinges are nice. Little entry wear from the driver. But again, the dog legs are nice, no surface rust. Got the original decal, C5 axle code with 410 gears. And again, this is what I was talking about. You're not gonna have any tape line here. No tape line here. There's been no paint work done on this thing at all, 100%. It'll take you underneath here. It's running nice and smooth. Doesn't have a unsightly brown, you know, coolant marks or mud. This truck hasn't been abused, but it's in its honest condition inside. You can see the AC clutch kick on good. We don't throw Omerol spray all over. We don't steam clean them. You know, this is the way it's been cared for. It's dirty and stuff, but running well. Exhaust manifold gaskets recently were replaced. You can see they're nice and clean down there. But again, here we go. So, you know, these bolts have never been touched. As soon as you put a wrench or socket on these, it chips them up, and you can see they've been adjusted. There's just kind of no hiding about it. You know, you can see that's never been messed with. Never been messed with. You can see the factory shims are in their original spots and stuff. But you know, you can see those look good. So I don't know why the fender is a little closer like that. I mean, it looks good up front. You know, you can see you got a little bit of room here. Maybe you could pull forward. So I don't know. You know, I haven't had this truck since new, so they also got some stories. But You know, no paint work done, no tape lines. We're running really nice and smooth. So, all right, this is going to be going at no reserve, 83,000 a mile, Washington truck, 4x4, 460. No paint work, no rust, and it's getting good luck.